Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome all of you for day 5 and yet another wonderful, it's tomorrow we will conclude with the first 1 to 6. 1 to 6 is all about Karma Yoga. But today's lessons are very impactful because till yesterday we only said, you have to do the duty, but don't get attached to the reward or the result. But today, Arjuna is getting so confused. And Arjuna is asking finally, Mataji, I think you may have to share, I think, Mataji.
No problem, Mataji, I can do that.
Because the PPT next, it's not coming. You saw that, Mataji? Because slideshow is not working in this.
Okay, I'll take care of that.
Yeah. I will have to stop, Mataji, I'll stop. Yeah. So yesterday's lesson, if you remember, Arjuna asked Krishna that he was confused whether to do the work or to give it up. Then Krishna told him, do the work, but at the same time, don't get attached to the result. And today, again, yet another question. Arjuna is asking Krishna. Okay. Arjuna uvacha sanyasam karmana Krishna punaryogam cha samchachi yachriya etayor ekam tanme bruhisu nishchitam. O Arjuna, translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Arjuna said, O Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce the work. Then again you recommend work with the devotion. Now will you kindly tell me, definitely which of the two is more beneficial? So since Krishna told both yesterday, now Arjuna is asking out of both, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead has said, right? You can do this or that. So there is no doubt both are very good. But still, Arjuna wants to know for our benefit, the audience who all are, going to read Bhagavad Gita. When Arjuna gets confused, obviously we all will get confused, right? So he is asking Krishna to very clearly tell him out of the two in the sense, do your karma or do your karma but don't get attached to it. Work in renunciation. What actually renunciation is? Renunciation is giving it up, right? So that is the reason we got doubt. Should I give up the work? But Krishna will now say, we have to work. Yes, Mataji, next Mataji, Hare Krishna. Okay. Devotional service is always better than dry mental speculation. Very beautiful. Yes. Dry mental speculation is what, we think we are doing the duty, and we also think that we are attached we do the work in devotion, though we are attached to the results of the work. That is the reward of whatever we do. So that is dry mental speculation. Here, Srila Prabhupada says that there are two types of vairagya. Detachment is vairagya. So Krishna told, right, just now, do your duty, work, but don't get attached to it. So Arjuna is asking, don't get attached means it is that detachment. That is vairagya. That is Falgu vairagya, and Falgu vairagya is the mental dry speculation. One works, they show off. They show that there are many sannyasis who show off that they have renounced all their work, but still they'll be attached to the reward of their karmas. But they show to the world with the kamandal and all other, like the mala, beads with the saffron dress, etc. They want to show it to the world that these people are renounced their attachment. Right? So in the second chapter, again, when Arjuna asked doubt, Krishna told him that knowledge of soul described. Do you remember? It was 2.13 we learned. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yamatam jara. The soul keeps on, like growing from the birth to the youth to the old age. Right? And similarly, when the soul leaves the body, it transmigrates to another body. That was 2.13. Then we also learned what is the nature of the soul. Neither soul can be cut into pieces nor attacked by the weapons. Nainam chintanti sastrani, nainam dagati pavakaha. We learned. And na chainam kledayanda yantyapo. It is not, the soul is not withered by rain or the sun, moon, heat. It is not subject to withering. This also we learn. So in 11 to 30, already Krishna has very beautifully explained that what is the nature of the soul. Then immediately he also explained from 31 to 37, what are the prescribed duties? What are the prescribed duties means what are we supposed to do? Which will, because Krishna told, do your duty. So what is the difference between the fruitive activity, that's a pious activity, and impious activity? Pious activity is already prescribed by the Vedas. One must do. Say, for example, for the school-going children, studying the education is the foremost responsibility. So they have to perform that. That is a pious activity for them. So when they perform, in the process of performing, what? Sangopajayate. Again, we saw in the third chapter. Whatever work we do, we get the attachment. Asanga. So Krishna tells that Sangha, the attachment, we have to come out of it. Then 42 to 45, he told this. What? When we get attached to all the fruitive activities, according to the Veda, we will be prescribed. So we will be performing. But still, the material attachment. Why we get entangled to the activities, the benefit? Because of it is the material nature. We all are subject to material nature. 3 gunas, what are they? Sattva, Raja, and Tama. We all are subject to, because material nature is fully bound by the material nature. 3 types of gunas. So that is the reason we get, because we are subject to these 3 gunas, we are a subject of the material nature. Obviously, the soul gets attached or gets entangled with the fruitive activities, because the pure knowledge that I am not the body, I am the soul, only those people do not get entangled with the results of the fruitive activity. They are the Mahatmas. Yesterday's slides we saw who are the Mahajans. They always do everything. All these pious activities, they do for the pleasure of Krishna, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Since we, Baddha Atma, what is Baddha Atma? We are attached to the result. We are attached to the reward of our karma. So that is why we are Baddha Atma. Siddha Atma, they are there. Already they are eternal. They do all their activities, karma, perform their karmas for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So why do we get? So second chapter is actually told, it is, Saramsha of whole Bhagavad Gita. Because Krishna has answered at least minimum 3 questions out of the 5 which Arjuna asked. If you remember, Arjuna asked 5 questions. That is a compassion. He cannot fight because he had compassion. Then there was no material enjoyment. Sin Krishna explained in the third chapter. But the fourth one, like that is the karma, the, what do you call? What will happen to the family tradition, right? Fourth one. So that Krishna has already explained in chapter 2 once again. So the last one, Krishna says, Arjuna told Krishna he cannot decide, indecision. That also he explained in chapter 2 only. So most of these questions are answered in chapter 2. So chapter 2 is the, in nutshell, it explains all chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so now 46 to 53, here it is Krishna is explaining the process of disentanglement, how to get not too much attached to the results of the fruitive activities. We must do, we should not renounce our duty. As student, one has to study. As grihasthas, we have to take care of the family members, our children, husband, elders, in-laws, parents, everybody we have to take care. So that is the, yes, that is our duty, but how to not get attached. That is explained very well in 46 to 53. Third chapter, text 17 and 18. Here it is explained, no duty for a person in knowledge. What is the real knowledge? We saw yesterday also. That is the wisdom. Wise people who are wise, they know very well the distinction, the differentiation between what is the knowledge and what is the realized knowledge. That means the knowledge which will not bind us with the fruitive results of the fruitive activities. This was so the real knowledge is the realized knowledge, the realized souls, which we were seeing yesterday once again. And I was told also in the chapter 2, Krishna was asked by Arjuna to explain to him the Sthita Prajna. Who are the Sthita Prajnas? How will their actions be? How do they look like? And all these things were once again explained in chapter 2 by Krishna to Arjuna. And in yesterday's shloka, we saw that the chapter 4, especially text 33, all kinds of sacrificial work will culminate in the real knowledge. That is sacrificial work. When we do, what is the sacrifice here? We are talking about get detached with the results and rewards of the work what we perform. That is the sacrifice we have to do. We should not get attached to it. And the last verse of chapter 4, and Krishna again told Arjuna, now you have to fight without attachment. So Krishna, so the last 2.6 only, that 2.6, second chapter, 6th shloka. Arjuna is telling Krishna, sorry Krishna, now I cannot decide, indecision, the fifth reason. We saw, right? So for that, Krishna has answered yesterday, don't be confused. Get up, do the work. But for me, because I am telling you, you fight. So when you do any work for me, for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then it gets automatically renounced. That means we are not attached to the result, reward of the karma what we do. So automatically it becomes working renunciation. So now again Arjuna will get confused, because Krishna is going on telling renounce your work. That is what is creating a lot of doubt for Arjuna. So now Arjuna again asks Krishna to explain him. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sanyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreya Sakara Vubhau Tayotsu Karma Sanyasa Karma Yogo Vishishyate. So here again, Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead replied, the renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. But out of the two, work in devotional service is better than renunciation. Why again? Mind, see, we can't renounce anything. As long as we are, the soul is in the body. The soul does not leave the body. Nobody can renounce everything. For the mind is always engaged. The mind can never stop thinking. Till the time the mind thinks, obviously the intelligence. We saw again, like yesterday, that the dull matter, the senses are better than the dull matter, and the working senses are better than the senses. And similarly, the mind is better than the senses. Intelligence is better than the mind, and soul is the best of all. We saw that. So for the mind which cannot remain silent without thinking, we will not, we will not get we will not stop doing any activity. So when we are involved in doing activity, obviously every single activity binds us. It creates a new karma. Whatever we do, even the, like for that matter, devotional service. Why not devotional service? We may be doing lot of devotional service, and like we may create in our mind, oh, today I did lot of devotional service. I served the Lord. So tomorrow also I will get definitely. Sometimes, pride sets in. Sometimes we compare our service with another devotee. We say, oh, I think I did much better than the other devotee. So obviously we created a karma over there. So whatever work we do, as the mind cannot remain idle, definitely every single action what we perform, that results in karma, that results in the bonding, which we are just seeing in the previous shloka. That is the entanglement. That is what we were talking about. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, okay. This is again nice story. Who is Nriga? He was like he was a king. And this king, he had lot of faith in fruitive activities. That's what doing the work. He but did pious activities. What are they? He used to give lot many cows in sacrifice as a charity to many brahmanas. And not only that, he used to dig wells. That means he was very good in social welfare activities. He was doing all the good for his praja, who are the citizens. The citizens of the country were so happy. And even the king Nriga was also doing all pious activities, punya karma, which means, right? And one small mistake he did. That is what, while performing karma, obviously it's possible that we end up doing activities which may not be beneficial for other living entities. So what happened here? Two brahmanas, one second, just let me lower my hand, I'm not able to see. Okay, so the two brahmanas, what they did was, one second, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, now it's fine, Mataji.
You're on mute, Mataji.
I'm not able to read the screen. What's it? Dissatisfying two brahmanas and inquiring sinful result to become lizard for very long time. So because of this pious activity, which the cows which we gave to the brahmanas, they were not satisfied with this, right? So this king finally had to become a lizard. And of course, Krishna knows everything. So Krishna asked, and Riga, what happened? Why are you looking like, seeing the lizard? He's saying, you don't actually look like the real lizard. It shows me I'm able to understand, seeing your lizard body, that definitely you might have been a great person in your past. This is what Krishna is telling. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Next slide. So Nriga falls down because of his fruitive activities, which resulted in one pious activity. Okay. This is again a very this is a shloka which has been explained in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.256. That is the shloka. This one is this is प्रापंचिकत्सय बुद्ध्या हरि संबंधी वस्तुनः मुमुक्षुभिः परित्यागो वैराग्यम फाल्गु उच्यते. Falgu vairagyam, here we are talking about when persons eager to achieve liberation renounce things related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thinking them to be material. This is another confusion, right? Here, what confusion we get? We think that the Supreme Personality of Godhead will be pleased sometime, and we do activity. Sometimes what we think, we may be doing the doing the past activity, but at the same time we may also think that these things are material activities and their renunciation is called incomplete. This is what we think. Here, Srila Prabhupada explains that Falgu Vairagya. What is Falgu? Falgu is one of the river. That river is very, very dry, and the sand, the riverbed is fully dry sand. So what happened? It finds water beneath, but at the top it looks very dry. So same way, Falgu Vairagi appears renounced, but underneath they look as if they are renounced, but still in their mind there is material attachment. That is what is known as Falgu. For the outer world, they may be looking like, oh, they are the renounced sannyasis, like that. But inside, whatever work they do, as I told now, maybe they may be serving the Lord, but at the same time, today I make very nice boga for offering. Definitely Lord would have got very satisfied. So, that those kind of activities, which tells that it is not the real renunciation. Okay, Hare Krishna, Mataji. Next. Jiyeshu, this is Karma Yoga or Karma Sannyasa, which is better? Jiyeshu Nitya Sannyase Yonadvinoina.
Can
you read, Mataji?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not.
Yeah, it's not a proper text. It's some other, this font, I think. Nitya sannyasi yo nadveshti na kankshati nirdvandvo hi mahabhaho sukhabandhat pramuchyate.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Ye sanitya sannyasi yo nadveshti na kankshati nirdvandvo hi mahabhaho sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Thank you, Mataji. Translation. One who neither hates nor desires the fruits of his activities is known to be always renounced. Such a person, free from all dualities, easily overcomes material bondage and is completely liberated, O mighty armed Arjuna. So here Krishna tells, one who neither hates nor desires. This is known as duality. What's actually, Shita, Ushna, heat and cold. And similarly, hate and desire. These are all the Sukha, Dukkha. These are all the dualities. And every living entity is subject to these dualities, unless and until they are the liberated souls. So such a person, when a person who gets free from all dualities, he will not be over enjoying when he gets all only pleasure. And similarly, he will not be lamenting when he gets pain. So these people, one who is totally liberated, they are only free from the bondage. That is the material bondage. This is what, it's very difficult to understand, but at the same time, you definitely, something we achieve. What do we think? Oh, we achieved it because of my ability. Something we fail. That time, definitely we approach the Supreme, we approach Lord, in fact. So, that time we feel that because of Lord did not bless us or grace us, we failed. And when we do something and when we achieve something, we feel that because of our ability, we have achieved this. Isn't it? Hare Krishna Mataji. Renounce results not in action. Mataji, is the PowerPoint we are able to see properly?
Yes, Mataji.
Why I am not able to see, I don't know.
There's a picture, Ajamila. No, not Ajamila.
But full picture, yeah. I'm not able to see, Mataji. Okay, fine. Okay, there, I see, Ajamil. Ajamil was a very, very great
Ajamila Mataji. This is Haridas.
Haridas Chakura.
Haridas Chakura.
Okay. 1 second, Mataji. Let me try in my laptop on full screen. Yeah, yes. Okay. Haridas Thakur. He is known as Namacharya Haridas Thakur. Namacharya Haridas Thakur had only one work. Why he is known as Namacharya? Because he used to only chant day and night. I think if I'm not wrong, 1,60,000 something name. Every day he used to chant. So what happened that time? The King Khan, he was the king at that time. He was very jealous about Namacharya. He wanted to prove that, Namacharya is not, he wanted Namacharya to fall down. For that reason, he sent one prostitute to his home once. And he told that prostitute that your duty now is to see that Namacharya Haridas falls down. So go and you have to distract him. So he sent that. Then the prostitute also came and she sat outside and she told Namacharya, see, I really like you so much. I want to get associated with you. Then Namacharya Haridas Thakur, okay, no problem. Actually, I have taken a plan that every day I have to complete this much. This is my count. Till the time I do complete my chanting, I may not be in a position to encourage you. So you will have to wait. So what happened? He kept on chanting, and next day morning came. Oh, this dissatisfied or disheartened lady went back. Then again, next day she came. Next day she came. Like that, she kept on coming every day. Haridas Thakur, he is again totally renounced. He was not chanting for his pleasure. He was chanting for the pleasure of the Lord. So when he was totally renounced and he was chanting, obviously the lady who was in front of him, sitting and hearing his chanting every day, continuously for a week, she got attached to the Nama. She got attached to this Harinama, what he was, Haridas Thakur was chanting. What was he chanting? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So she was really attracted towards this Harinam. And finally, she became the devotee. And she apologized also to Haridas Thakur. She said, right? I was sent by King Khan and I tried my level best to see that you somehow fall down. But no, you are such an elevated devotee, liberated soul, realized soul. So now she became a devotee. She said, I'm giving up this profession and I am going to only chant the name of the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here, what is it so shown? Haridas Thakur was doing this pious activity of chanting the name of Supreme Personality of Godhead for the pleasure of the Lord. That is why it is said he was not bound by this. There was no bondage. Because he was liberated. This material activities were not in a position to bind him. Hare Krishna Mataji. My internet is showing on, I have a poor connection. So if anything, you can let me know, Mataji.
Sure, Mataji. Yes.
Okay. This is in the first line, I am not able to see at all, Mataji. I am seeing from Sangam Tektva Karotiya only. Sangam Tektva Karotiya Lipyate Na Sa
Okay, shall I
Papena.
read it, Mataji?
Yeah, yes, Mataji. First line I am not able to see.
Brahman Yadhyaya Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Karoti Yaha Lipyatena Sapapena Padmapatram Ibhambasa. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. One who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the result unto the Supreme God, is not affected by sinful action, as the lotus leaf is untouched. Hare Krishna. So one who performs his duty without any attachment, like Haridas Thakur was chanting, without any attachment, in the sense he was attached to the Nama, but he was not attached to the result, reward of chanting so many times a day, because he had surrendered the result under the Supreme Lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, generally, the Lord is, and the activities which are for the pleasure of the Lord, it's always compared to the lotus feet. Lord's feet is compared to lotus feet. Lord's eyes are compared to lotus eye, right? Because lotus leaf, though it is in water, it is not, the water droplets are not, it's not stuck to the leaf. And another thing, the lotus stem, it is in the muddy water, but it is totally not attached to that. The reason, the leaf, though it is again in muddy water, it looks so fresh. When we take out the leaf, there is no mud which we can see. So same way as the droplets of water on a lotus feed, it is not stuck to the leaf itself. So when we pull out the leaf, the water droplet also is, water droplets fall down. They don't stick to the leaf. Similarly, when we do all the pious activities, the result, we should not get attached to the result. We should be totally detached from the result, for we are only the doer. We don't have any right to claim the benefit of the result. For the reason, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. Whatever activity we do, there's one more beautiful sloka, that is Yat Karoshi Yadatsnasi, Yat Jugoshi Tadatsiyat. Krishna tells Arjuna, whatever you do, whatever you perform, whatever you give away, do it for me. Okay, it's telling Arjuna. So similarly here, the war which you are doing, you are not doing it for you. You are doing it for me. So give it to me, as I am telling you, you are doing this war, not for the sake or the pleasure of you. Hare Krishna Mataji, next. Here also full picture, I am not able to see. Mataji, Srila Prabhupada with. Okay, fine. Srila Prabhupada is, like such a liberated soul, just because Prabhupada's guru told him to go to Western country and spread this movement of Krishna consciousness. What is Krishna consciousness? Whatever activity we do, our consciousness should Okay, so now Srila Prabhupada, as I told you, he was not in very close association of his spiritual master for a very long time. But that is not the surrender. It shows the surrender. Though he had met him for very short time, though he was in his association for very, very short time, he was a surrendered soul, right? He surrendered his life for the pleasure of his spiritual master. His spiritual master told him to publish. He told two things to Prabhupada. One is to publish books. So he told, whenever you get, because see, spiritual masters are not, they are not permanent. They will not be with us all the time. But the books, the scriptures, what Srila Prabhupada has translated, so many books he has written, and all those books are today with us. So that is why his spiritual master told him, whenever you get money, translate this book and print and publish. That's why, that book Marathon is starting right now in the month of November only. November, December, January in ISKCON, the Srila Prabhupada's books are distributed. It's such a wonderful activity. All of us, all devotees should involve ourselves without expecting anything from that activity. Oh, today I distributed so many books. I distributed more books but than the other Matajis, than the other Prabhu. This is entanglement. So without getting attached, as we can't become like Srila Prabhupada. Definitely not. But small activities which Srila Prabhupada has told us, he has instructed us to do, at least, to whatever extent we can get detached from these activities, we should perform for the pleasure of our spiritual master, that is Srila Prabhupada. Okay, as he did for his spiritual master. Hare Krishna, Mataji. And he spread this movement without any money in his hand at the age of 70, right? Okay. Then 5.19. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmani Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Swapakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha. The humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. This shloka is such a wonderful shloka. See, actually there are three types of devotees. Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, and Uttama Adhikari. Kanishta is a person who, of course, goes to temple very regularly, worship the deity. There's no doubt for him, he will go, he will chant the shlokas, he will perform all the austerities in the temple. But at the same time, he can be a sheltered devotee also, or Harinam initiated devotee also. But he's not, to up to the level wherein if somebody asks him any doubt about devotion, in Krishna consciousness, we have so many different types of devotees, right? So when there is an argument, why should we read scripture? Why should we chant every day? Why 16 rounds? All these kind of questions, when it comes, they may not be able to answer because they have just entered Krishna consciousness. When they grow to the next level devotees are Madhyama level devotees. They can answer these kind of questions and they can preach also. So these Madhyama Adhikaris are meant for spreading this movement by preaching the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, etc. Okay, so they can very easily preach. But there are some adhikaris known as Kanishta Adhikari. They are at a higher level. They can't preach also. They know everything. They have learned, they are tattvavits. They have learned the scriptures. They can very easily preach. But why they are not able to preach, They see everybody equal. They think already these devotees know very well. How can I teach them? They are also elevated devotees. They have full knowledge of these scriptures. So I'm not eligible to teach them. This is what they think. What they think, everybody is equal. Who are those everybody? The humble sage. Virtue of true knowledge. Because these Kanishta Adhikaris, they are very, very humble. By virtue of knowledge, they know everything. But they see everybody and everything as equal to them. That is why they will not be. Even a dog eater is also, even in Bhagavad Gita, also Krishna says, a dog eater also can become a devotee. Today he is a dog eater. Any moment he can become a devotee. So, we should not underestimate anybody. Oh, he doesn't know anything. He cannot become a devotee. We are no one to judge like that. Any person, once they get the taste of the Harina, that is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So they can, once they relish this chanting, any moment, they can not only Kanishta, Madhyama, they can even become Uttama Adhikari. We may remain at the lower level, but they may go beyond that once they have the Shraddha. That's what, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. The first is 3 steps in the devotional process. So if they get the Shraddha, obviously they will get the association of the devotees, Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha, where is there? Definitely there will be Bhajana Kriya. So because the devotees have only one job to do. What is that? Chant, hear, sing, dance, are all about the glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Want me to read the
Yes, Mataji, I'm able to speak. See, sorry. Yehi samsparshadya bhoga dukkayone yevate adyantavanta kaunteya nate shuramate buddha. An intelligent person does not take part in the source of misery, which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end. And so the wise man does not delight in them. Beautiful. See, in the material world, what happens? No desire is satisfied. If, like Srila Prabhupada has told one story, like a person who is working at the very lower level in the office, who does not have even a cycle. First, he longs for cycle. Once he gets a cycle, he see the other person, the clerks. Oh, they all come to office in scooter. So he longs for scooter, then car, like that, It's a beautiful story. Finally, one day he realizes, because of the traffic, oh, this car takes me 2 hours to reach home. So I think when I was going through shortcut or cycle, I was a better person. I could reach home early. So these material desires have no end to it. Whatever comes, next day we will long for the higher level desire. So an intelligent person does not take part in the source of misery. What happens if he gets dukkha also? He will get, he knows very well, okay, I'm in contact with the material sense. That is why I'm getting his dukkha. It's quite natural. O son of Kunti, these kind of pleasure or sadness, sorrow, they always have a beginning and an end. So the wise man does not delight in them. For a wise man, where is the delight? Making them to think, when will my Lord be satisfied? How can I make my Lord happy? That is the eternal happiness. Okay, so finally we should think, how can I reach the abode of Supreme Personality of Godhead? That is at the end level. In chapter 8, we will see. So a person who keeps on thinking how we can make Supreme Personality of Godhead very happy. See, here in this picture, it is told about the sense gratification. Like fish, how do we catch the fish? That we all know that weapon which is used. So in that hook, we put something to eat. So the fish smells. So the moment the fish smells, it is attracted to sense gratification and it is caught. Similarly, the elephant is for the senses. The elephant becomes so attached, it is very much attached to the touch of the female elephant. So whenever anybody wants to catch elephant, what they do, wherever the male elephants go around, female elephants are kept over there. So automatically these male elephants get attached to the touch of the female elephant. Deer is also given. Deer is for sound. Deer hears some kind of music, then they can be easily trapped in the net. So their sense of hearing is very, very strong. For fish, it is the smell. For elephant, it is the touch. And for the deer, it is the hearing. Same way that lotus, like it is a taste. The Brahmar, bee, it comes for the taste of the honey. And it forgets itself. And it's so much involved in sucking that, what happens? The sun goes away. So when the sun goes away, when the sun sets, what will happen? The lotus will close. So the bee also is caught, trapped inside the lotus because it is too much attached to taste and light, vision, seeing the there is an insect, we call it as we call as what's a bumblebee type, it looks like. They get attracted to the light. Wherever the light is glowing in the night, they come and sit thinking, oh, this is the sunlight, something like that they think, and they come near the light is already hot, very hot. So they die. Once they come in contact with light, because of the heat, they die. So all 5 senses here, it is given as these 5 senses are the root cause for the misery in life. Okay, so yehi samsparsha jabhoga. The more we get attached to, the more it is attachment, samsparsha jab. That shows that the attachment what we have for different senses, it is really temporary. It is not permanent. If we eat gulab jamun is there, rasgulla, the Srila Prabhupada always used to tell the example of rasgulla. How much we can eat? We can't eat 1, 2, 3, 4. Beyond certain limit, the same rasgulla, we were relishing the taste. You feel, oh my God, now I can't. My throat is choking. I will poke out now. I will throw it up. I can't eat anymore. Same rasgulla, nothing. One more thing. One person likes rasgulla, another person does not like. So can we say it is an eternal happiness we get? Definitely not. If it is eternal happiness, everybody will be having the same taste for the same material, right? So since it is not the object, but it is the senses which develop an attachment towards the object. It's not the fault of the object. Object, material nature had been created for our pleasure. Obviously, to what extent we should relish it, to what extent we should enjoy it, that is what, again it is told. The real jnani, the realized knowledge, which is correct, how much is too much, that kind of knowledge we should have. So these people, depending on their enjoyment, obviously at the time of soul leaving the body, they will think of that only. A person who is too much attached to food, he will think of food. Bhagavatam says, when the soul leaves the body, if a person thinks of the food, they will become hog. Because hog is something which can eat anything and any time. Any rubbish it can eat, right? So they will become. And another example is like those people who are not, very fond of wearing full clothes. They will become tree. Because trees do not wear any cloth at all. They can stand in the heat also, rain also, cold also. So the Lord says, okay, you become a tree so that without any cloth you can enjoy your life. So these all are accounted, the Paramatma who is there inside, taking an account of what we like, how much we like. Not only that, practice makes a man perfect, we say. So you keep on thinking that obviously, antakalecha mamevam smaranam yutva kalaivaram. So what comes? Yamyam vyapi smarana bhavam. Whatever we remember at the time of soul leaving the body, we become the same. So if the soul thinks of all these things, yamyam vapi smarana bhavam tyajatyante kalaivaram. Tamtamaivanti Kaunteya. Oh, Kaunteya, he is sitting inside, right? So the Lord is saying, I know what do they want. So when the soul leaves body, what do they want? I know. So I am their father. How can I deprive them of their wish? So at the time of taking next birth, obviously, I bless them to become that particular thing, what they think at the last moment. So leaving the body. We will learn this in chapter 8. The last shloka of 5th chapter. Such a wonderful shloka. All of you by-hearted. This shloka will give you real peace, real happiness. So this shloka is also known as peace formula. Okay? Bhuktaram yajnatapasam sarvalokam eshwaram sugradam sarvabhutana jnatva shantim richati. The sages, knowing me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifices. Any sacrifice, what they mean, any tapa, what do they undergo? The Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. Just now I said, Supreme Personality of the well-wisher of us, whatever we want, he will give. 100%. But we should have faith in that. He is a well-wisher of us. So whatever he gives, why can't we take it as his prasad? Why can't we take it as his, oh, this is what I deserve, the Lord has given me. If we start thinking like that, we will be very peaceful in life. Knowing me as the ultimate purpose of all sacrifices and all austerities. Even if we perform yajna for Indra, for rain, different Agni, these devatas also give, even if we take their name and give the ahuti, they all in turn give it, they all sacrifice it for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So finally, who is the Bhokta? Who is the enjoyer of all sacrifices? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods and the benefactor. So even the demigods know that we have got this power because of Supreme Personality of Godhead has bestowed us with these powers. And we think, once we worship a demigod, easily our wishes are fulfilled. This is what we think. And we try to satisfy more and more the devatas. But we should know one thing, that the demigods, the devatas, are given this power of giving us the blessings only with the permission and only with the blessings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Supreme Personality of Godhead has given the devatas this power of sanctioning or this power of fulfilling the desires of the Baddha, living entities. Okay, so one who knows this, Supreme Personality of Godhead is the benefactor. He is the Supreme Lord for even the Devatas, and he is the ultimate Bhoktaram, ultimate enjoyer. So one who knows all these things, they will always attain peace from this bondage. Just now we were talking about how to get liberated, the entanglement, bondage. So they will be freed from this bondage, from this entanglement of material nature. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I hope, today I think lot of problem was coming because my network was showing lot of problem. I don't know how much you were able to hear. I'm really sorry for that. Hare Krishna. Anybody having any doubt? Mataji, is there any question?
One question is there, Mataji.
Mataji, one question is there. Can I ask one question, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. I'll try my best.
Small clarification. Actually, it is a see the last shloka. What you said is that the worship done to demigods, it goes to Krishna ultimately.
Yes,
Is it right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
But somewhere else, it is also told that we discourage worshipping demigod because if you worship demigod, then the result is that the person will go to heaven. He will enjoy the punya in the heaven. Then once the punya is over, then he will come back to the earth or somewhere. He will go somewhere else. So
Exactly,
what is the correct version actually? Because
He
if you discourage worshipping demigod, that means you have to worship only Krishna. So I think by worshipping demigod, Krishna will not get the what do you say result. Krishna will get the result only when somebody is worshipping directly Krishna. So demigod worshipping may not be the proper way. So instead of worshipping demigod, we always suggest that the person should worship Krishna. So I don't know because there is small confusion in my mind.
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Such a wonderful good question. Yes, it is in, I think, 9.25. Yanti videvan vritadevan pritinyati privitaha. There are so many lokas, right, Prabhuji? So one who worships Pitru or whoever, whichever demigod, they all have got their lokas. So if we will go to only that loka. We cannot reach Vaikuntha or Goloka. It is said very clearly. But Prabhuji, actually, what happens? All of a sudden, we cannot enter into medical or engineering, or we can't directly do law. Isn't it,
Okay.
Prabhuji? So
Yeah.
we need to go class pre-primary, primary, and class 1 to 10, then graduation. Then we go for post-graduation, right? So when we are in this material world, in fact, Krishna, if we worship directly Krishna, Krishna, you please give me this. What will happen? Krishna will give us only what is good for us. Krishna will never give what we ask for it, Prabhuji. So
Okay.
what happens, a person before entering into devotion, bhakti itself, they may get discouraged. Oh, I am going on asking everything to Krishna, but Krishna is not giving me anything. That is why these devatas are blessed to satisfy the wishes. If anybody, see, Prabhuji Hiranyakashipu prayed Brahma like anything. And Brahma had to give him because he did so much austerity and he grew on his body. So, now he will also think, I am doing so much of austerity and I am not blessed. So, why should I do it? The Hiranyakashipu, anyway, he was a very big devotee also. That is why he was even able to do so much of austerity. Without being a devotee, even that ability to do the austerity would not have come. So here, like say for example, we say Ganesh, Dukkha Harta, we say. Anybody, when we start bhakti, we say any work you do, start remembering Krishna, you do. Krishna is again, in I think Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 7th chapter. That is Prahlada Maharaj Charitra. There it is Prahlada Maharaj himself. He says, yes, Vignaharta. He sees that all the pain to his devotees will be nullified for a person who very sincerely worship him. And we always say, when there is no rain, we have to very sincerely perform this sacrifices so that the devatas are pleased and the rain comes. But devatas know, all these devatas know, they are not the ultimate benefactors, the supreme Lord. So they pass it on. And for coming to Krishna Bhakti, Prabhuji, it's so difficult. Krishna Bhakti is, right? Because Krishna will never satisfy or give us whatever we want for our satisfaction. So, we can't, he cannot deprive his devotees. His devotees are so important to him. Just now we saw he's a benefactor, he's a well-wisher. So that is the reason he has given this power to all the Supreme Personality of,
No,
the Supreme Personality has given the power to Devatas, Prabhuji. And
Mataji,
again, what you said is very correct. These Devata, Chini, Punyir, Martir Lokam, Vishanti. What happens? There we can't do pious activity. Like Indra Loka, Dhruva Loka, once we go to those Loka, we don't do any pious activity because there we will be only enjoying what we have already got. There we are not serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead at all. So once the account of this pious activity, what we did in the Bhuloka is over, we have to come back 100%.
Mataji, actually I got clarified, but what you said is that if you worship a demigod, then for immediate result, people used to worship the demigod like Ganapati or Ishwar or Devi, like that. But my still confusion is that if you worship a demigod, whether the result will go to Krishna or it will stop at the level of demigod only.
It will go to Krishna, Prabhuji. See, Prabhuji, that, Shankar Mahadev, Lord Shiva, we worship him, Lord Shiva makes us, definitely if we worship Lord Shiva, he will give us Krishna Bhakti. Because, Lord Shiva is meant for that.
Okay.
Ashutosh, he will give us Krishna Bhakti only. Same way here, once again, as you asked, will the benefit go to Krishna only? Obviously, it will go to Krishna, and slowly and gradually, as we keep on, going up in our material education, obviously, Krishna only give us the knowledge. Krishna only give us the memory and knowledge we learn, right? Without Krishna's mercy, we will not get Krishna Bhakti. So once we start doing, as I told you, these devatas in turn give it to Krishna. Krishna knows that how much that accumulated pious activities, punya karma we have got. Accordingly, definitely Krishna will give us the benefit and he will give us the Krishna Bhakti slowly. But he knows when to give, how much we get purified. How much you worship, to that extent, I will reciprocate. This is what Krishna says, no, Prabhuji? So accordingly, definitely he will reciprocate. There is no doubt in that at all. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Prabhuji. I hope I could. Still, if you have any doubt, I can ask my senior devotees and I can come back, Prabhuji.
now I got clarified. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, there was one more question. I
Yeah,
think
there are
Michelle.
3 questions, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
First one is from Shweta Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. One question is there. Mataji, if we want to study scripture, should we start from Bhagavad Gita or Krishna book reading?
Yeah.
Or Chaitanya life teaching book, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Such a wonderful question. See, Bhagavad Gita is very easy to understand. That is why, Arjuna was a grahastha. Arjuna was a student. So Arjuna's doubts were students' doubts. Arjuna's doubts are grahastha's doubts. We all have the same doubt. So Bhagavad Gita is very easy to understand. And especially the purports of our Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We read the purports line between line, every word we can easily understand. So Bhagavad Gita is equal to graduation. Bhagavatam is a little more difficult, right? Bhagavatam is like a post-graduation. Unless and until we do graduation, we cannot do post-graduation. Chaitanya Charitamrita is a PhD. Chaitanya Charitamrita is a Mahaprabhu. He himself came, no? He himself, that bhava, bhakti, that is, as I just now told, 9 steps in bhakti. First I said Shraddha, Sasanga, Bhajana, Kriya. Last 3 steps, bhakti, bhava, bhakti, prema. And we cannot even understand prema unless and until we learn Bhagavatam, we understand Bhagavatam, then only we maybe even, we get that, what do you call that, qualification to that opportunity we will get only after learning Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so first is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because the Bhagavad Gita is meant for people like me and everybody who are entangled in the material world. Hare Krishna, I hope I answered Mataji's question. Yes, Mataji. Next question,
Mataji,
Mataji.
next question is from Roma Mataji. What
Hmm.
is difference between karma yoga and karma sannyas?
Okay, correct. Thank you, Mataji. Like, I will imagine, all of you imagine a picture that a sannyasi wearing a saffron dress with one kamandal and chanting beads in one hand. In another hand, he is with the phone. Okay, this is karma sannyasi. He is a sannyasi. But as the example we saw just now on the Falgu Vairagya, river Falgu, right? At the top, it looks dry. That means they have renunciated. But when you go down, till the moisture is there. So in their heart, they have not renounced the material world. They still have material attachment. So whenever the opportunity comes, they will give up everything, go back to the material world. Because like the seed also at the top we may see that it is dried. Will the seed come up or not? But the root goes down. It takes water from the moisture. And we'll be wondering, oh, I did not water this plant for so many days, but still new leaves are coming because it is taking the water from beneath. So that is Falgu Vairagya. That is Karma Sannyasa. They have not renounced actually, but they reflect as if they have renounced everything. But Karma Yoga is what? We put in all our attention for a particular thing. So here all, what is it? We do our karma, but our focus is on doing the karma with the renunciation. So karma sannyasa is without the actual renunciation. Karma yoga, we don't expect the result. Karmanye vadikaraste mapaleshu kadachana. Do your duty. Ma karma phalakheturbur. Whatever I do, the benefit, asangotsva karmani. Those karmas do not have any attachment. If I get the good, that is what, just now we said, pleasure and pain, dvanda. So if I am doing it, if I get the benefit also, it is okay. If I don't get the benefit, that is what Krishna wants. That is also okay with me. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hey Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
There is question from Vivo Y01. I don't know what's Mataji's name. We are all engrossed in worldly pleasure. So if we are devoted to Lord, should we need to lead simple life? If we keep on doing makeup and all these again keep us attracted to worldly things. So it creates confusion to me to adopt simple living or worldly things at the same time. Please guide.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, you hit a very, very important point of our Acharya Srila Prabhupada's teaching. He always says, in most of the purports he writes, simple living, high thinking. The more we get, let's say, for example, if we have five cars, 90% of our time, we will be only spending about the drivers because we can't drive all 5 cars, right? So which driver came on time, which driver is doing the duty properly, which car is supposed to go for, under warranty, the, what do you call it, free service, which car, what problem, this is what we'll be thinking. Instead, you may have car. The Srila Prabhupada says you need, even he enjoyed luxury. Somebody asked him, the Prabhuji goes in somebody asked, your Prabhuji, your one of the devotees, he said, your Prabhuji goes in a big luxurious car. Srila Prabhupada said, why not? I'm going for Krishna's activities. Krishna will be happy. Let me go in that. So what happens here? Yes, you have anything, no problem. But our requirement, slowly and gradually, we should keep on reducing. Even, just for example, you like something, so you are going on eating. what will happen? You will land up in stomach upset. Since I like, let me enjoy. That is again the sense gratification. Just now we saw 5 animals, we saw 5 example, we saw how much they are attached to the sense gratification and if they are caught. So, but renunciation is very difficult. But slowly, gradually, we can reduce our needs. Needs are, but Srila Prabhupada never told that you leave everything and become a sannyasi. Never. Srila Prabhupada says, do your duty. Grahastha's duty is very, very important. One more thing he says always. See, you have a desire of going to Vrindavan. Your family environment circumstances does not allow. So instead of sitting and crying, all my friends are going, I am not able to. What you can make your home a dham. You sing, chant, dance, and all Krishna bhajan you do. Make the best offering what you can do, bhoga, for the Lord. Make the Lord so happy. Lord no, for no reason he gets satisfied. He's not going to eat it. He sees the bhava. So make your home Vrindavan. This is what Srila Prabhupada says. So if you are not able to go financially or any other reason, what happens? We try to give it up. Oh, I'm not able to. No. Instead, be attached to that's a divine desire. Be attached to that desire. Make your home Goloka. How? Keep on doing. See, we all are dasanudasa. Keep on serving. Make dresses for the Lord. So you feel, you are going to the market. You're so attached to new clothes. Make it a point. Whenever you buy one new cloth, you will buy one dress for Krishna also. That way, gradually, your need will, come down. And whatever you want to buy, definitely Krishna will be in the center. Hare Krishna. I am not that elevated. I am not even eligible to tell that. But yes, our Namanishra Prabhu's mercy, so many classes, so many things we are hearing. So at least 1%, the endeavor is there. Whether we get the result or not, we are not supposed to bother about that. The endeavor has to be there. Trying is our duty. Giving or not is Lord's wish. If we deserve, he will give. Okay? Hare Krishna. Anything else, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, no Mataji. I think that is
Hari
it.
Bol.
Thank you so much.
Very nice. If you ask question, we can learn. In fact, I also need to think when you ask question. So this question and answer and interaction is
Yes.
really wonderful. So I want
Mataji,
everyone to
Mataji,
be. Yes, Prabhuji.
actually your interpretation is wonderful.
Hari Bol.
No,
No.
there is no doubt on that. There is no doubt on
All
that.
glories to Srila Prabhupada.
We spend 1 hour, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. We don't know how it quickly passes. Actually, the way you pick up one by one, the sequencing, the ordering, the pause. You are giving the pause at right time. So there is no, what you say, there is no doubt on that. But coming to karma yoga and what you say, karma sannyasa, you have given a very, very good example, that Hippocratic sannyasa, that he's a hypocrite, where he's taking one kamandal, then he's in one hand there is cigarette, and he's talking in mobile. That is one thing. But if you see in karma yoga, actually it is a description of types of karmas, like karma, akarma, vikarma, so many things are there. But karma yoga, it includes Ashtanga yoga also. If I don't know whether I heard on that, Ashtanga yoga, which is very difficult to practice. 8 types of that, ultimately samadhi. So karma sannyasa yoga, is it correct by interpretation? Karma sannyasa yoga, it is covering your Ashtanga yoga, which is difficult to practice. That is the reason why Krishna says that instead of going for karma sannyasa, you do karma and leave the result to me and do bhakti. Ultimately, karma is leading to bhakti. Is it correct, my interpretation?
Yes, Prabhuji, and for more to emphasis on that, tomorrow's chapter is Dhyana Yoga. It's only going to talk about Yam Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. Whole chapter is Ashtanga Yoga tomorrow. So more clarity we will be getting, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Chapter 6 is Dhyana Yoga. Okay, Prabhuji?
Okay. Thank you,
You are
Mataji.
correct.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are very
Thank you.
correct. Your understanding is perfect, Prabhuji. But here, I am also a kindergarten student, but all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
No,
All
actually,
glories to my Guru Maharaj
I don't
and
know
Navamsa
anything. I
Prabhu.
don't know anything, but whatever I heard here and there, I'm putting before you to correct it. That's all. So, thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Thanks.
Hari
Thanks a lot.
Bol, Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarupasya kripa sindhubhaya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णवेंद्र की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय. All devotees who are on this online, all glories to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Today I
Don't
troubled you
say
so
thank you,
much.
Mataji. No problem. It is my
I,
duty.
I think tomorrow also we may have this problem because in the same room I am going to stay tomorrow also. And day
No
after, I think I should reach home with the Krishna's mercy.
Yeah, but I think we all are blessed that we are hearing you from Vrindavan. We are also seeing Vrindavan
Yes,
with you.
yes,
Hare
yes,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. You can end the meeting, Mataji.
Yes, I'll
Hare
end the
Krishna. Yes.